What's up, everybody? Rothstein here, Betting Public Sports Show. All right, today is Monday, August 28th, 2023. Damn. Uh, Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. I just thought it's my niece's birthday. Happy birthday, Chanel. Uh, my mom's birthday was a week ago. Happy birthday, Mom. My sister, I have two birthdays, two family birthdays on Wednesday of this week. My older sister, Janice, and my nephew, Cortez. Happy birthday to all four of y'all. Belated and everybody. I apologize. But yeah, I want to talk about. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Like I said, normally, as you know, normally we do sports. It's kind of like ESPN. ESPN stands for Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. I think this channel probably should be ESBN, Entertaining Sports Betting Network. All right, we talk about entertainment a lot on this show. All right, I'm outside. I'm out at a truck stop. Because I'm on the road trip here. I gotta be somewhere at 10 a.m. tomorrow or today. Tomorrow. I'm sorry, Thursday or Tuesday. So yeah, I gotta get this video off because it's really been kind of bothering me for the last 3-4 days. Really 2 days. That's when I first heard about it. I thought it was some foul shit, some fake shit. So I went and looked it up, and it's like been, going on for almost a week now. As you all know, Steve Harvey and his wife Marjorie are divorcing. We're talking $400 million at stake here. All right, here comes a car. I do apologize for any noise in the background. I can't control it because I can't control this. I got to get this off my fucking chest. Talking about $400 million being split up because of a divorce between the two. I don't know. I don't know if it's. I think it's closer. I think Steve is worth like 400 million. I thought it said 800 million, and she was looking to get 400 million. So whatever the number is, I do apologize, but she's looking for half of the shit. As you know, Steve Harvey. He started. I've pretty much seen Steve Harvey's whole career. He started off as a stand-up comedian. Let's be honest. He was black famous. Meaning that mostly only black people knew him. White and, others probably did, in other communities, the Latinos and whoever, probably weren't familiar with him until recently. Probably 10, 15 years ago when he started doing Family Feud. But yeah, Steve, he started off as a comedian, and a big part of his shtick as a comedian was, giving a hard time and talking shit about the younger generation, the hip-hop generation. And it's like, all right, we done heard all that bullshit before. You old cats don't like us. That's fine. But I will give him credit. He was one of the first people, an elder, if you will, to kind of call out Eminem. Back in the day, Eminem, when that Lions Pride demo tape or whatever came out, where using the N-word and things like that. It was like, he was calling women bitches, black women. He's like, I don't hit that nigger shit, things like that. I think that's the lyric. I apologize if it's not. But yeah, with the N-word involved, and he was calling black women the B-word. And Steve Harvey was one of the first people to call him out, like, you can't come in this music and call our women bitches. Like, you rappers need to call him out. None of them did, because it would have not have been a good career move, because, let's be honest, Eminem was very wildly popular, and, it would have been a good chunk of change that you would have made if he did a song with you. And also, let's be honest, Eminem's a battle rapper. He came out as a battle rapper. He's a good technician with the bars. Like you probably, unless you're a real A-list top shelf lyricist, you don't want that smoke with him. Okay, let lyrical smoke with him. That's not gonna be prudent. Wouldn't be prudent. Remember that? Some of y'all know caught that reference. But yeah, so Steve, he used to host Showtime at the Apollo. Like I said, he's hosting Family Feud. He's an author. He's got a book. One of his books turned into a movie and a sequel. Let's see what else has Steve done. I mean, Steve been getting busy. And I'll be honest with you, when he first started as a comedian, I wasn't really a fan. I didn't think he was that funny. He was alright. He had his moments. Just like, but you give somebody 20 minutes to talk shit, they gon' just like me. I am not the best podcaster, but you watch enough videos, I'll say something that you fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Steve is what he was. He is what he is. Like I say, he's decently funny. He's more of a I guess I don't know what to call him, like an elder. He's 66 years old. He's more of a I don't know, self-help guru type of. I can't call what he exactly does. Just speaks positively in life into people. Things like that. He doesn't mean to harm anybody. He's not doing that. Gives advice. Good fatherly sage advice. To people. You've seen his clips on Facebook and things like that, social media. With after his show, each show, his own talk show, Family Feud, things like that, where he's talking to the audience members. Relationship advice. Which was, and that's kind of one of the things about him. He's giving relationship advice, but he's been married, several times. But I've always said that. If you're going to a marriage counselor, do you want to see the marriage counselor who's been married to the same person for 50 years? Or do you want to see somebody who's been divorced 5 times? I'm going to see the person that's been divorced 5 times. You know what I'm saying? They have a more natural, real experience. You marrying somebody for 50 years, that's not the norm anymore. That was way back when. Anymore? Hell no. You don't know how many of my friends and people I know and exes and that got married in their 40s and shit. Like, damn. But yeah, that's what Steve do. Marjorie, his wife, Marjorie, she was dealing with another man. I want to say she might have been even married as well, but there's a story about her that, she was involved with another man when she met Steve and, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, they got married. She brought a stepdaughter. The young lady's name is Lori, beautiful young woman, probably 25 years old. She's gorgeous. And, she dated Michael B. Jordan. She dated Future. I want to say she dated Diddy and his son, or one of them, something weird like that. Maybe not her dating Diddy, I'm not sure. But I know she's dating some, actor now, some African cat, Damson Eldris or something like that. I forget his name. I'm not real big on the African actors. We can talk about that some other day. British actors, or I don't know, whatever the fuck, the Euro black actors, um, but see Lori, and it was always funny because Lori was kind of out, kind of running wild in the streets, dating all these rappers and all this. And I remember seeing a meme where somebody said Steve Harvey always giving advice to people's kids but his own, talking about Lori. I don't know how many total. I think they've got 7 combined kids, Steve and Marjorie. But anyway, let me spin this forward a little bit. They're getting a divorce because it was found out that she was messing around on his chef and his bodyguard. Marjorie was messing around on Steve's chef and bodyguard. And I think she claimed some marital misconduct is the phrase I believe she used about Steve. But then I don't think she elaborated. Whether was it him being unfaithful, or was he putting hands on her or whatever? I don't know. Um, but that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, why the fuck would you this divorce? Even hearing the story about it, whether they go about it or not, even hearing about the story, it chaps my ass. It's ridiculous. Because let's be honest, Marjorie Harvey just killed it for all you women out there who've got all these bastard kids out there, who've got kids out there, and just dreaming that a rich man comes and saves you or helps you, marries you, adopts your kids. I think Marjorie just killed that. If you ask me, that's probably not going to happen for you anymore. Now, it's probably not going to happen, for most of you anyway, but it really won't happen now because what's the point of a man marrying a woman who's got kids, and especially a rich man? I'm talking about rich men, okay? Because broke yokes like regular people like us, they might need the convenience of the second income, something like that. But like a rich man like that, what's the benefit in it for him? But not even just the benefit of it. I don't understand why would I think that's very conniving and disgusting of Lori to do that, to cheat or be accused of cheating. I don't know who accused her of cheating. I guess he did. But to be accused of cheating like that and then want to take half the bread. He's 66. I'm not sure. I couldn't find what Lori's age. Imagine she's about 50. She's younger than him, I know. And with a 25-year-old daughter, I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know her age. But like I said, she's younger than him. I'd imagine, in her 50s. I don't know if she's quite 60 something yet, but she's in her 50s, and it's like y'all need to work that out. Y'all need to go ahead and work it out because, first of all, you're both old as hell. Slim pickings out there. Trust me, Steve's chef, and I don't know if it was at the, if the alleged affairs were at the same time, but his chef or his bodyguard, if they actually did that to him, yeah, they're foul, but they were doing it as a come up. Yeah, I'm banging Steve's bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were doing, it kind of for the notch on the belt, to talk shit about it. I just don't get. Listen, why would you break up a potential dynasty for a few coins to take half the bread? Now we got two people. I mean, still great money. Let's just say the least. Let's just say they split and get 200 million each. I mean, that's still good. That's still nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the time Steve did it. I mean, because he came. I first heard of him on Def Jam comedy. The Jeff Jam, as Martin used to say when he hosted it. And like I said, he was average funny. This was like the early 90s, 91, 92. So in 30 years, he done came from sleeping sleeping in the hotel parking lots to $400 million. And married this woman. Like, why would you want to break that up, lady? Like, find a way to work that out. Y'all old. You're old enough to find a way to work that out. If you can't be together no more, if you can't get along, don't let the public know that you don't get along. You know what I'm saying? And then splitting, the divorces are costly. You just split a dynasty. You just split a dynasty. You know what I'm saying? This would be like, because Steve Harvey, the Harvey family, like I said, Marjorie doesn't necessarily do anything that you might have heard of, but like I said, the daughter Lori, she's a socialite, kind of a black Paris Hilton, if you will. Obviously Steve ain't got the Hilton money, but you get what I'm saying. So she could have been like they could have had like a nice keeping up with the Harveys, like the Kardashians. He could have had a nice show like that off. And Lori and her mom, Marjorie, they probably will. That's probably their next step because trust me, somebody's gonna pay them to do a show like, oh, you just left Steve Harvey. You took your daughter with. Somebody's gonna pay them handsomely. So she's probably figuring that out. Like, yeah, I can leave him and make up that money. Blah blah blah. She's gonna get a nice little bag. Not just from Divorce, but from some reality series. The mom will and daughter, they'll both get a nice little bag out of it. But my thing is, why would you split that dynasty? Just like that name Kardashian, the Harvey name, it was known, I tell you the importance of the last name. You've seen those memes on social media. Hustle for the last name. Hustle for the last name, blah, 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 this and that. Yeah, that's real shit. Let me tell you a story. I read a book. I'm doing this off the head. I don't know. It's by an author named David S. Landis. He's a Harvard. I don't know if he still is, but he used to be a Harvard economics professor. I'm gonna try and get him on this show if I can find him. He wrote a book called Dynasties. That's the main title. Now the subtitle I might have wrong, but I'm gonna. You can see it right there. That's the actual subtitle. I'm just thinking of it off the top of the head. I think it's Dynasties, the fortunes and misfortunes of the world's most wealthy families or wealthiest families or something like that. It talks about like the Rockefellers, the J.P. Morgan, Chase people, the Chase Bank people. Talks about the Toyota people, the Fiat people. The book does. Talks about the Ford family. Talks about several families that you've heard of. I said it's a great read. And the reason I bring it up is because if you remember on the Breakfast Club interview, the family, you can go Google it right now. Where Dame Dash is on there and he's arguing with DJ Envy. He asked DJ Envy, "Can you hire your son?" And when he said that, they were arguing on it. And then, it became a big to-do on social media, people clowning Dame Dash for some reason. I'm not taking Dame Dash's side on anything. I don't know him any way like that, but he was dead right on that. Can you hire your son? And when he said that, it made me think of that book by David S. Landis, Dynasty. It made me think of that book because in the Ford family chapter, there's a situation where the Ford patriarch, Henry, I believe, the Ford patriarch, the investors or the board of directors or whoever were trying to push him out, and they were going to bring in Lee Iacocca. I forgot where Lee Iacocca had came from originally, but he's most known with Chrysler. Chrysler's out now, but it's like I said, that's some 70s, 80s, 90s stuff. But yeah, way back then they were gonna put him out and put in Lee Iacocca. And so what did the Ford patriarch do? He brought in his son to replace him. And I think the quote was something about, yeah, before we know it, this will be called the Iacocca Motor Company instead of the Ford Motor Company. I felt that, and I would bet, this is a sports betting channel, right? I would bet my own money that that's what Dame Dash was kind of referencing when he said, "Can you hire your son?" I don't know if Dame Dash ever read the book, but I know that him and Jay-Z once had an album called, well, it was Jay-Z's album, but they called themselves the Dynasty. But that might have came out before that book came out. I'm not sure. if he read the book. But that's what I'm saying. It makes you, it'll harken back to that. It'll make you think of that episode. I immediately thought of that book. And the reason I say that about Steve Harvey is because Mr. Ford, the Ford patriarch, uh, the Fiat family, the Toyota, Morgans. One thing you'll know about all the men and their families. This is probably why they were able to keep and acquire wealth as a family. I don't think none of them went through divorces. Somebody just taken out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, now they might have had Stepford wives. I don't know. But at the same time, keep the dynasty intact. The Waltons, Walmart folk, keep the dynasty intact. Find a way to work out of it. Work whatever the fuck's going on. Find a way to work through it. You're worth 400 million, Marjorie Harvey, Steve Harvey, or should I say it like Godfrey said? Steve Harvey. He does that Steve Harvey impersonation. Find a way to work it out. Work through that shit. Because now you just split it. Now you just basically took 400. You were that closer to $1 billion. You probably considered already elite already, or, with that kind of money, 400 million or whatever. You were that closer to $1 billion. Now you just knocked him and you off or down to some. And like I said, 200 million is nothing to sneeze at. But when it comes to the rich and elite of, of entertainment, that's almost basic money. Relatively speaking. Okay, let's keep it in perspective now. But I'll tell you like this, Ice Cube, he's worth around 200 million, a rapper. What's he been saying the last month about gatekeepers? Apparently $200 million can't get him to be a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Marjorie's, trying to split them down to. Like I said, those Ford people, Morgans, none of them went through divorces. That's why they're elite families. And still among basically the unofficial one of the unofficial aristocracies, monarchs and aristocracy of America. Morgan, Ford, those certain names in America. If you're not in America, you're listening to this. I'm sorry. I know we get some listeners in England. Obviously, they're not Windsors, but you get what I'm saying. What Marjorie's doing is just devastating. Or what she did and what they are doing as a couple divorcing is just devastating. It's very upsetting to me because it's like, don't disrupt the dynasty with dumb shit. This is dumb shit. Don't disrupt the dynasty because the mother wants to go, be a whore. Don't disrupt the dynasty because whatever. Work it the fuck out. You two should not be splitting up. And splitting up that dynasty. Alright? But that's all I got. We're going up on 25 minutes. That's all I got, folks. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Leave me some comments. Tell me what you think, okay? Also, have you been peeping the I Didn't Deserve That series? Go through the videos on this channel. You'll see what I'm talking about. I should have 2 videos for that series up later this week, all right? But yeah, like I said, if women are gonna behave like that, especially women with kids, ain't no man with means that gonna deal with you. You better go deal with a fresh-faced 25-year-old that'll behave. Prenups and all that shit. People gotta go through that. Like nobody wants to. That's just too damn much. Now, yeah, if you're, I don't know if a prenup's involved. Hopefully, he had some type of prenup because he's clearly the breadwinner. But even still, like, it's this the fuck shit y'all on you know, as 66 years old, and like I said, she's probably 10 years young, you know, 10 years younger. Like I said, she's 50 something, I imagine. Um, it's like, how can y'all be on that? It's disturbing. So that's all I got, folks. Y'all be well. I'll holler at you soon. And you know, like I said, the sports betting is, you know, football season is here. And check out for the I didn't deserve that series on here. All right. But until you hear from me again next, oh, I got an interview later this week. We'll talk about it later if I publish it. When I publish it, if it comes through, all right. But y'all be well. But until then, until next time, y'all be safe. Peace.